Hey guys, it's Justin, and it's Thursday. So I think I've decided that on Thursdays I'm going to start reviewing things, all different kinds of things, foods, restaurants, music. Today it's going to be books that I've either read or I'm currently reading. So let's get into that right away. So first, I've decided that I'm going to begin with books that I have already finished. I feel like that makes more sense. All right, so the latest book that I've read is Emma by Jane Austen. If you've ever seen the movie Clueless, it's pretty much it. Young girl going through kind of a marriage plot. It has a lot to do with entailment. You know, what happens when, a woman marries up or marries equal. A lot to do with marriage, a lot to do with those times. Very good book. Lot of depth. Jane Austen, obviously. There's a lot going on, beneath the surface. The next thing I read after Emma was The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. I have kind of a copy of it in this Norton Anthology of English Literature from the Victorian Age. It's obviously when Queen Victoria was in power. This is one of my favorite classic literature stories of all time, I think. I don't know why. I think it's so interesting. All the language that is used. There's a lot of talk about curiosity and this disgust, but there's a lot of mention of when everyone's trying to describe Mr. Hyde. Every single time he is not easy to describe. There's something wrong with his appearance, but I don't know what it is. I scarce know why. Every single time I didn't like him, but I can't put my finger on it. And I just think it's so interesting. The next thing that I read was a play by Henrik Ibsen from... where is Henrik Ibsen from? I think it's like Iceland or something. Oh, born in Norway. Look at that. Okay. But I read his play, An Enemy of the People. Pretty much... What's interesting is it's a lot like the next book I read, Jaws by Peter Benchley. If you've ever seen the movie, the beginning, sharks eating people. They want to close down the beaches, but the mayor's like, no, our city, our touristy town lives off tourism, so we can't close the beaches. Similar idea in An Enemy of the People. A doctor finds germs, bacteria in the bathhouses, the local bathhouses that the city thrives off of for money, and getting people in, tourism, and things like that. And he wants to close them. His brother, who's the mayor, doesn't, and it's a lot of fighting back and forth over those ethical issues. Really interesting play. Like I said, after that I read Jaws. It's a good summer read, except for the fact that now I'll never go into the ocean. Because if you didn't know, now you know. I am deathly afraid of sharks. I probably have an irrational fear of them. Some may call it phobia. I don't think it would go that far because I can read about them, watch movies about them, and go to the aquarium. But I do have the irrationality comes in when people love to spout at you facts. You're more likely to get killed by a vending machine than a shark. More people die by bees and dogs yearly than shark attacks. Valid. I get what you're trying to say. I appreciate the concern and how you're trying to make me overcome my fears. Fuck off. I hate sharks, so I don't care. But Peter Benchley's novel, amazing, so good, so much background. If you've seen the movie, don't think you won't love the book because it's totally different. The other day I was asked, "What do I like, the movie or the book better?" I honestly can't pick one because it's two different stories. Things happen in the book that not only do they not happen in the movie, but that storyline is totally going around. They just totally go over some huge things that completely change the plot. The one downside I would say is that they don't really get to the boat until about here. Until you get to almost all the way through the book, they actually get onto the orca, and it's finally, all right, let's figure out what's going on. But what are you gonna do? My final book was Looking for Alaska by none other than John Green. Kind of crazy how this all comes first full circle. The whole reason I'm even making YouTube videos is pretty much because I'm obsessed with Vlogbrothers and I want to be on their level at one point in my life. I also love writing, I love reading, and it's funny, my sister was always a nerd fighter, really big into the whole John Green thing, watched all of his different channels, Mental Floss, Crash Course, the whole 9 yards. Tries to get me into it, wants me to read The Fault in Our Stars, wants me to read Looking for Alaska, is begging me. Finally, I'm like, all right, I do want to read Looking for Alaska, but I'm going to wait until I buy my own copy. And then I watched a 30-minute, real quick video of John Green reading the first chapter in The Fault in Our Stars, and I was like, I have to read this book. So I read Looking for Alaska in a week, which for me is insane. I'm a very slow reader. I want to get to all the good details and things like that. So I'm a really slow reader. But in a week's time, I definitely read one of my favorite novels of all time. Insanely good. The language is beautiful. All the characters are relatable. I've never been to boarding school. I went to high school, obviously, but still, I related with all of the characters in different ways. From Takumi to the Colonel, Alaska, Pudge, all of them. Ugh, my God. And the whole time you're reading, the way the book is set up, you're reading the 120 days before, 119 days before, and you're reading and you're getting up to this huge event and you're trying to figure out what it is. What is the big event that separates before and after? Breathtaking. I can't even, without going into more detail of the plot, but John Green, since you clearly know what happens, what the furt, man, because that sucked. But the novel picks up. It's an amazing, oh God, it's so good. I'm trying to get so many people into it. Okay, please read any of the books you've heard here, because it's really amazing. Definitely check them out. So, thanks for sticking around. Like I said, this was Thursday where I try and review things a little bit. Please like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to put anything down below that you want to say. Maybe try to improve these videos. Like I said, I'm brand new at this, so this is just for fun. This is just shits and gigs. Let's do it, let's get crazy. Let's go wild. Alright. Bye. See you around.